Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome into Smoke this first and for many to come webinars with today's topic being wildfire detection system for Austin and surrounding areas. Quick note, the entire duration of this event will be recorded. And yeah, for the people that just gets to know us on today's agenda, we'll start with information about SmokeD, who we are and what we do, our experience, including showcases of our system, such as the very recently deployed full professional installation near Big Cave Road in West Austin. We'll dive into web and mobile applications and their core features, and we'll also discuss some of our system's real-life utilization examples, and we will end with a short Q&A. So, as the time is a valuable resource, let's dive right into it. Arthur, I'm handing the floor to you. Do you mind introducing yourself first to make sure that all of our listeners will get to know you?
Yeah, sure, of course. Thank you, Michael, for short introduction. For those that does, doesn't know me, my name is Artur Matusztak. I'm the founder, and can you see my presentation? That's first my question.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
Because I have the okay, that's fine. So again, Artur Matusztak, founder and CEO for Smoke the company. We launched the company 4 years ago, and as a young company, I would say we have a quite good achievement. My role at that presentation is just to give you a short overview about our product, and Michael will give you all details. A couple minutes ago, couple seconds ago, you had the chance to see the video of the fire from our PTZ camera installed the BK. So yeah, Michael will show you more details about that solution. I just would like to underline that our customers, for us, a company that has 4 years on the market, it's a quite good achievement if we have customers among foresters, energy companies like company from Arizona. But foresters are, of course, the best, the main part of our customers because I and couple of my colleagues from the company are foresters by education as well. So we completely understand foresters' point of view, and that's why we work pretty close to foresters. But despite that fact, we are foresters, we are IT guys as well. So companies like somehow related to plantations, development companies, homeowners. These are group of people that every day use our system. Today, we monitor over 9 million acres. The largest area is in Europe, but of course we have couple installation in US, in Texas, Arizona, and California. So this is everything monitored from over 350 towers using 500 cameras in 7 countries. The whole system, like Smoke D detectors and PTZ cameras, are linked to the one server, to the one solution, and using AI means the whole system is teaching itself all the time how recognize smoke and flames in the image delivered from the camera. Smoke D means hardware, software, and something in between. Hardware means detectors, PTZ cameras installed on the tall towers, tall buildings, whatever it is. It might be even tree, but we need long range view. Our goal is to detect fires within a couple of minutes from the up to 15 miles. So long range view is important for us, and of course the internet connection and power. This is like easy to get on each of these sites. 5 7 minutes. This is our average detection time. The quickest is about 30 seconds, and the longest maybe even 2 3 hours depending on the air quality topography. So it we do our best, of course, but sometimes detection means longer time because sometimes flames or smoke might be invisible in the air. Saying hardware, I mean PTZ cameras. You can see on the top of the slide two models, and one of them, I mean, all of them are rotating head. They are scanning all the time. They're turning all the time, and it looks like they're scanning the whole horizon. When you see when Michael open the web browser and which will show you the web app, you will see how the system works independently from the user. It's moving, it's zooming out, zooming in, so it looks like a really thinking creature. On the bottom, you have two models of detectors. Detectors look like surveillance cameras, just regular surveillance camera, but inside we have camera modules with microcomputers, and it makes it much wiser than a simple camera. Adding some software means really intelligent device. In bcave in bcave we installed a couple of them. I will show you in a while a picture when you can see what we actually have. um, this is desktop app because mm, three one of them is Smoke the Desktop, and this is the app for dispatch centers for the customers that want to be independent from the whole net. We have many customers that launch detection and image analysis on their computers, local computers, and in that context, the system doesn't have to be linked to the external servers, and this is more like private installation for the customers, like military units or sometimes for web app. Michael will show you in a while how use a mobile app, and it's like almost this web app. This is almost the same like the previous one, but once you have login, password, and link to the server, then you can have actually dispatch center at your home. So if you are a user really interested in details, what happens, then you can just log in and see the details. Michael will explain more. Web app, this is the one for professional, but mobile app is for everybody. It means everybody can download mobile app from Apple Store or Google Play for iOS and Android, and use it like a solution, like an app for being alerted by the system about the danger. If you just download the app, sign up to the platform, then you can be alerted every time, sometimes during the night, sometimes during the day, depending on what happens and what area you are interested in monitoring. And what we've done in Austin is like here on this picture, on this small images, you can see the structure, the tower, and on the height about 270. I don't remember exactly what was the height of the installation of the cameras and detectors, but something like that. So this is pretty high, and it gives us really long range view, and you can see the downtown, the surroundings, even even other cities from that location. When I log into the system during the night, during the day, this is a really amazing view. Probably Michael will be able to send you some login and password to see temporarily what you can expect from this solution, but Michael will explain in a while. Data analysis center. Not everybody knows about that. We have a dispatch center at our company. Sometimes customers expect to have their own dispatch centers, like ESDs or, for example, AFD from Austin, and some foresters. But some customers like Horse Tape from California, or for example like news company. These are our customers. They expect from us to verify with our own team. So alerts come to our dispatch center, and then we verify using PTZ cameras and detectors, and then we approve if something is false positive, false or if we have false positive alerts, then we just of course shut down the alert and nobody knows that. But if it's positive alert, then everybody can be informed on their mobile app and web app. These are pictures of our achievements from last couple of days in Austin. The smaller and the bigger smoke. Probably this last 2 week, all these images were taken a couple of days ago in this week. So this is pretty amazing when you can see how we can make a zoom. And this is my last slide. And Michael now will show you the web app, mobile app, and web app. And when Michael log into the platform, then you can see in details these small images. Michael?
Yes, thank you, Arthur. As Arthur just mentioned, I will be moving forward with showcasing uh, two of our applications. One is a mobile app, the second one is a web application, but let's start with the mobile one, just to give you an insight of how that looks. Yes, so the mobile app, it is designed to notify you 24/7 about potential fire threats. Um, it's very convenient because you probably carry your phone everywhere with you. It's entirely free to download and use in its full spectrum, uh, which is just also pretty cute to be able to kind of being alerted about potential threats in your area. But let's get through some of its functions. Uh, you can, of course, customize it to your needs when it comes to unit of measurement or times when you would wish not to be disturbed. You can choose which cameras are you in your interest, subscribing to them, just like shown in here, because obviously there's a lot of um, public cameras that may not be of your interest because of the region. Yeah, and you can use the map to check how the cameras are located, where they're pointing at, um, and also see the surroundings, as well as dedicate the elevation, something we can even see more in the web application. I will tell you about a little bit later, and live view, of course. Live view is very straightforward. It's the image being refreshed every 2 minutes. You can zoom in, you can use the weather function to see the current weather conditions of the locations where that detector is located in. And of course, it also has a little bit of a map to give you some kind of idea where it's pointing at. Moving forward to the alerts, which is the biggest, pretty much the whole design for this app, is to keep you alerted. You have the live image of the alert that's being sent with estimated location, of course, coordinates and the azimuth from the tower where the camera is located, and of course the weather and its current condition, just like with live view. We also store the alerts indefinitely, meaning you have access to alerts from years and years to come. So that would be it pretty much for the mobile app. I guess that would be the essence of it. And we can move forward to the to the web application, which is designed to be a little bit more for more professional environment, just like Arthur mentioned. Starting with the live view, just like with mobile app, you have an access to your base of detectors. Of course, you can customize it even a little bit more than on mobile app. You can see the azimuth those cameras are pointing at, as well as the weather conditions, just like with mobile. What's more interesting about the web application and its most function, it's that it's designed for PC or laptops. So environment where you have a hardware with bigger monitors, where it allows you to be a little bit more smooth with how you view your equipment. So, for example, just like a slide and a slideshow, like a presentation, you can use the digital zoom as well, and all of those functions are pretty similar. But what's new is, for example, we can see the camera live preview from the PTZ cameras, which is the main design for the web application, is for you to be able to see that live image from PTZ cameras and steer the camera. So what you can see could be a little bit delayed due to zoom limitations, but we pretty much we have this camera on live. We can do what we want with it. We can steer with it different couple ways by pointing on the screen, by using the arrows, or even by utilizing the map and showing on the map where we want the camera to be pointing at. So of course, the map itself has some layers we can use to have a little bit more information about what we're looking at, which is also a feature in the general map on the application, not only in the interface of PTZ camera. Those layers we are able to customize to your needs. If you would need a layer with I don't know, some kind of borders, we would be able to do that. Another thing is elevation, which is a huge feature, just to be able to somehow give us some kind of idea where we are pointing at. So to give you more details about that, if we go to the Austin, it will show you around 8.5 kilometers, which is roughly the distance between the tower this camera is located on to the city, to the downtown of Austin. And of course, the camera will put itself in a scanning mode if it's not used for 5 minutes. I will show you that later. But when it comes to the web application, as mentioned, we have the map, which is also similar to what you've seen. We've got, by default, every public camera is displayed in here to also give you some kind of idea where those detectors are being put in the region. Let's go to the alerts. It's very similar to the mobile application, although it has a little bit smoother interface. With also we can use the map to see where the smoke was estimated to be in, and yeah, that would essentially be the web application. And yeah, that's the essence of the web and the mobile apps. I think we can move forward with like everyday's utilization of this kind of equipment. And I believe Ron prepared a little bit of data for us to walk through.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Michael. Yes, my name is Ron Hertzfeld. My wife and I, Margaret, have been assisting, Smoke D, primarily in Texas, and have been uh, monitoring a system that we have, a two-camera system up in, uh, Coldwater Mountain, uh, that's high elevation here in Austin. Okay, this Project 700 construction, what I was noticing quite a bit, not quite a bit, but often I would see, the alert being in about the approximate same area. And I started thinking, well, maybe it's not necessarily smoke. What I wanted to do with the capability of these cameras is to be able to zoom in, take a close look, to see what is going on in that particular area. And what we did with this was to take the alert, and then from the next slide, you'll be able to see what this camera was looking at. And this was right by an area where they were doing some construction. And this is off of the Texas Hill Country Tower that's located, it's located on Bee Cave Road, right close to 360, if you're familiar with Austin. Yeah, and this is camera number 700. And it had noticed some areas here where there's quite a bit of construction going on for a new housing development, it looks like. Okay, the next slide, uh, that one again, as you can see, it's pretty much in the same spot. Yeah, and the next thing was I wanted to see more about it. And here's this, indication of the fire that's right in the actual construction site. As you can see, there's a dark area that is the dirt mover that is working that site. And these are all still, but with the PTZ, which I didn't use, it would actually be showing it probably as driving around and doing things. But yeah, it still showed that this was a construction area. It wasn't smoke, which is an important aspect, and that now there's a way to reduce false positives, and be able to generate a true uh, track record, for the events. Okay, the next slide, I believe, is also one that's right there again. So you can see there's a repetition. This is an area right by that looks to be a golf course that they were constructing, but and this is from the dust that is being picked up in the air. Okay, the next slide. Okay, and again, I think that's yeah. Well, that's the one before that. It's all pretty basically what's it's indicating is numerous events, different times, even different years. Are capable, of identifying where construction is that is creating smoke. There are a lot of these that are finding the actual fires themselves. But are with this now have the kind of capability to upgrade the alert and not be able to send out alerts that are construction and things that would require a fire company to have to send out units, engines out to investigate, which protects from wrecks or other problems on the roads. That's the last thing you want to do is get the false positives, and this has been an issue with many of companies that are trying to utilize this type of equipment. This equipment has the optical systems that can actually have clear views even 10 miles away. Some of these are 8 to 10 miles away from where the cameras are located. So you're getting a tremendous value in being able to see exactly on the ground what's going on. Okay, the next series of slides that I wanted to show were with the burns, the what do you call it? The burn pits. Yeah, and what I've noticed, like this picture right here, we've seen that before, but when you get down to the picture, you can see where there was a burn pit. And these are very common in rural areas where they don't have really trash pickup, this sort of services. So I was thinking, well, this would be an interesting approach as we have those abilities, and some of these are not fires, that are set. These are fires, but they're not ones that have not been set intentionally. That have been set intentionally. So you can see the burn pit on this one. Let's go to the next slide. This one right here. And these are taken from an area around Bastrop that are far out. And these are also, from cameras that, on this particular ranch that, are protecting the ranch with, I believe, 5 cameras. And on this one, you can see a burn pit that was off in the distance. And so these are things that can be watched. And if they do get out of control, some of these, counties require, that permits, be given. So this could be a good utilization, from the fire departments to be able to see, what is going on, and try to protect, the land and property, from some of these burn pits that may get out of control. Okay, the next slide. Again, you can see this is from about that same spot, but it's another area where you have another burn pit. That gives you an idea of the size of the burn. And and again, these are required by the state to only be certain lengths and heights, and width. So these are things that could be very helpful, to firefighters to understand where things are, and in the counties to try to better control the type of burning. I don't know if there's another one or not, but okay. Well, this is a closer image of that burn pit. And I believe there's one more in here too. And again, this is one that we actually saw from the old 3M building, which was kind of interesting. Because it's also showing that burn pit. Go ahead and see the burn pits. And you can see the 2 burn pits from, and I've done some of these also too. I don't know if I did it on this one. Is there another slide on here, Michael?
No, that's the last
Or is
one.
this the last one? Okay, well, I've done this to where, I've taken the 2 different angles and seen the same fire from 2 separate, cameras, which also is indicating, that there are alerts that are valid. And that is what is important. This whole program of trying to define, where constructions are, where burn pits are, is to find that, it gives the validity, of the alert. And this is important to be able to make, the proper decisions in managing, your resources. And I believe that was all. But thank you all for looking at this.
Yeah. Thank you, Ron. That was very insightful. And I think that would be it for the main course of this webinar. We wanted to keep it short. And now there will be a time to ask your questions if you would have any. You can either speak out, or we would prefer if you could write them on the chat. We won't be able to get all of them. We can also send you an email with the information. I will also provide you with emails of you can write to get your question asked if answered if there will be a need for that in future. So yeah, thank you. And if there's any questions, let us know. The first question we've got, Arthur, would be if we have any if we have any cameras in Hayes County at the moment. I believe we do not have any in Hayes County.
Yeah, that's true. That's the correct answer. We do not have yet anything in Hayes County, but we are pretty close. That I mean, we are working pretty hard to get new locations, new customers from Texas and actually Travis County and surrounding counties. So yeah, I hope it's near future.
That's actually an often question about development. So yeah, Travis and Bastrop and surroundings. All right, if that would be all, then as mentioned, we can also answer your questions later. Just give us an email, and yeah. Oh, we got another one. Is there any example of getting fire trucks there early to get the fire out? That's a good question. Well, there is, but it's in Poland because our client has a direct line with fire departments. So basing on our footage, they've analyzed that there's a fire and they've sent out, they notified the fire department to send their assets to put it out. And that was actually footage from detection from PTZ cameras.
I think in this context, worth to mention that for our system, there's no difference between a fire truck or fire in the forest, because first symptoms are the reason of sending alert. Afterwards, then of course we can check if that was a fire truck or a house burning or something like that. But it always information afterwards. So I don't remember if we have some type of such a fires, but we can check it later.
Mm-hmm.
I have one comment, if I could.
Of
course.
Ron mentioned that problem with dust from the construction area taken as possibly smoke from the fire. So this is a huge issue, how you verify that it's really smoke and it's not something else. So in that regard, what's your plan or strategy to verify that these are real fires? I think we could probably take advantage of information about prescribed or controlled fires like we have in many areas like California. I just came back from Eastern Sierras. There is the whole series of prescribed fires in the Mammoth Lakes area. So if you have something like that near Texas, in Texas, near Austin, or in Europe, probably you could utilize that to strengthen the ability of detection of fires, and maybe that would help also with the AI approach to making system as precise and accurate as possible. So I don't know, do you have any comments on that?
Thank you, Andrzej, for that comment. It's important what you mentioned, because prescribed fire or just some source of the fire or smoke that it's not really a fire. And couple months actually ago, we discussed with one of ESDs from Travis County and some IT guys that have system for managing fire bans or some type of the system that can work with smoke D as a source of the information where we should expect fire. I mean, of course, the system, the AI and algorithms. Once we have on the map or in the picture information that is the fire, we expect fire burns or whatever it is, then the system shouldn't raise the alert. But of course, this is our development. It's not ready to use, but that's the plan to have something like that.
Yeah, I think just to speak on what Angie has said about if you could get a system up and running to watch and supervise a controlled burn, that would be a great promotional piece, like in your webinars, to add to that, to where you could actually zoom in, see the fire, and that would really produce a lot of feedback, I'm sure.
You're right.
But how do you find, maybe the forest department has this information where they're going to have controlled burns, and as Angie mentioned, up in the Sierras, if we followed up with them to find out where the next controlled burn would be, that would be something that we could film and be part of the marketing or webinars that we're doing now.
Yeah, well, the city of Austin provides information prior to the prescribed burns, as they call it.
Yeah.
So it's given, and we will know where there's going to be a burn. Sometimes they do it.
Well,
the ones that they've
that
done
would be great if we could film that and get it to where, we're up on some tower, even though if it's a temporary tower, just to get this filmed and on record. I haven't seen really where we're zooming in to see a fire utilizing our hardware and software.
Right. Well, they definitely can provide that. They generally have the burns in the south of Boston, and there'll be a question of what type of hills are in front of us to be able to actually see you'd see the smoke eventually as it rises, but it's a matter of having the particular tower having that ability to wait to see the smoke above it, or it might go right to a burn, so it really depends on where they're burning.
Sure. Maybe if we could find out when the next control burn is, that we could, if we have a camera in the vicinity.
Michael, I have a question to you. Is it real view that you're sharing now?
Yes, this is live.
Okay.
This is live. And we also had a question. Do you send info about dust in the air to news outlet to help them inform vulnerable people about atmospheric conditions? Dust in the air to the news. Well, to give you an answer, technically, we gather our data about weather conditions from online. It's just an addition to our system to be a convenience. But probably when it comes to this whole weather conditions, they're probably a little bit better sources to get that than directly from us. And the next question was, do you put your cameras on existing towers such as cell phone towers? Yes, we do. Exactly the installation you're looking at the very moment is on American tower companies cell tower. There is also an interesting question. How is your system better than satellite imagery? That's a good one.
I can answer that. I can answer that question. We are familiar with many types of detection system, and satellites, it's not that good for detection because the data, the age of the data from the satellites, it means how often satellite can be above that particular place we would like to get an alert. So if we have the revisit ratio about 1 hour, 2 hours, it's really too late for appropriate detection. Satellites are the best one for monitoring existing fire that is longer than 5 minutes. But all detections on the ground layer, it means when we have cameras installed on the towers, we see the view all the time in real time, and we don't have to wait for the satellite if they cover the same area, taking pictures from the cosmos at the right time. So that's why there's no, I would say, there's no reliable solution that is based on satellites for detection. For monitoring, for sure, but not for detection.
All right. Yeah. And that's all from what I've seen. Thank you, Arthur. And yeah, I think that's all we've got for now, unless someone would like to add something.
If there's no more question, then we can, thank you everybody for being here, for give us chance to even answer sometimes hard question. And yeah, that was our the installation in Austin is the most advanced installation we got in the US because so far we have sometimes one detector, sometimes a set of detectors on one side, sometimes one PTZ, but the installation next to BK Road is really advanced, and I would say I'm proud of that. We did it, and we can show you to actually we use that installation for as a reference point, as an installation we can show how the system works to everybody. I personally did couple presentation using that installation. It's I would say this is the installation founded by Smoke D. We are in talks, some type of talks with ESDs and maybe other public agencies that might be interested, but it's not easy to convince them to buy our system. It always takes time. Everybody knows that. So far, if that installation is called as a public installation, then I'm really happy to show that installation to everybody.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for attending, and have a good rest of your day.